Today's battle, we investigate the extraordinary story emerging from the conflict in Ukraine, where Ukrainian soldiers seemingly defied the odds to engage in fierce fighting against Russian soldiers. In this episode, you will see a video about how Ukraine repulsed a wave of Russian attacks. You will witness dozens of tanks and armored vehicles destroyed and burned. The Russians are facing fierce resistance like they did last week. So let's start with a new, more epic Russian attack on the front lines of the battle. In the intense conflict raging across the open fields of southern Ukraine, shorter-range anti-tank weapons are not commonly used. However, in a remarkable display of firepower, a Ukrainian soldier unleashes an anti-tank weapon, most likely an RPG-7. The rocket ignites with a powerful thrust, propelling itself forward toward its target. Russian armored vehicles, designed to withstand small arms fire and smaller fragments, are no match for the penetrating force of an RPG. As the rocket strikes its mark, the armored vehicle is obliterated, leaving one less threat on the battlefield. Witnessing such a dramatic display of military might reminds us of the bravery and skill of the Ukrainian soldiers defending their homeland. In the latest jaw-dropping footage, Ukrainian FPV drones have once again decimated a Russian armored convoy near Avdiivka. The Ukrainian 47th Mechanized Brigade captured the aftermath of the devastating drone strikes in this incredible video. The Russian troops, determined to advance towards the northwest of Avdiivka, were closely monitored by Ukrainian forces using drone reconnaissance. With their eyes on the enemy's every move, the Ukrainian forces skillfully set up an ambush, unleashing the full force of the FPV drones upon the unsuspecting convoy. The result? The Russian troops suffered heavy losses, with 1 tank, 3 BMP-2S, 2 BMP-1S, and 1 BTR-70M destroyed. The crew of the BTR-70M had attempted to hide nearby, but their efforts were in vain. Fighters of the 46th Separate Airborne Brigade of the Airborne Assault Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine destroyed 6 units of 2 platoon armored vehicles with a Russian landing that attacked its positions in the Donetsk direction. Video of the footage taken by their kamikaze drones caused major damage to the enemy and controlled unmanned aerial vehicles. The latter's operators also took out fallen enemy equipment by dropping grenades accurately into open hatches. Fighters of the 79th Separate Amphibious Assault Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine destroyed another armored assault column in the partially occupied but uninhabited area of Novomikhailivka in the Mariinsky direction. The published video footage was taken by an unmanned aerial vehicle. In just one small area of the field, we see 6 destroyed or damaged Russian armored fighting vehicles. There are at least 2 more damaged BBMs standing apart. The Russian army's offensive intended to bring strategic success was unsuccessful. The deployed Russian tanks caught fire and exploded. With anti-tank artillery missiles and attack drones, most of the column was destroyed by kamikaze drones, and the Russian army realized that the attack had failed. Things aren't going too well for the Russian forces. They're facing high losses and struggling to gain any ground. But here's where it gets interesting. Ukraine's drone army is working tirelessly to put a stop to these attacks. Russian armored vehicles and tanks charge forward, only to find themselves trapped in a massive minefield. And guess what? Ukraine's drone army is right there, making sure they stay stuck. It's like a real-life game of chess, and the drones are the ultimate strategists. Now let's talk about the leading tank. It hits a mine, getting immobilized in an instant. But that's not all. The impact causes the ammunition to detonate, completely obliterating the tank. Boom! And just like that, the 2 BMPs following behind are left stranded in the minefield. Ukraine's drone army swarms over them, taking them out one by one. It's a sight to behold. It's a major setback for them and a huge win for Ukraine's drone army. These drones are proving to be a game changer in the conflict, turning the tide in Ukraine's favor. So what does this mean for the future of the Russian offensive? Well, Ukraine's drone army is a force to be reckoned with. Their ability to neutralize armored vehicles and tanks is a game changer. And as the conflict continues, we can see even more innovative tactics from Ukraine's side. The Russian offensive is facing major obstacles thanks to Ukraine's drone army. The drones are effectively stopping the attacks, leaving the Russian forces with high losses and minimal gains. It's a testament to the power of technology and strategic warfare. Today, we're diving into the world of Russia's armored vehicles. These beasts pack a serious punch, but did you know they can also be ticking time bombs on the front line? Let's find out why. One of the main issues with Russia's armored vehicles is their thin armor. This means that most of Ukraine's weapon systems can easily pierce through, putting these vehicles at a major disadvantage. And if that wasn't enough, Ukraine's FPV drones are adding fuel to the fire. These drones have the ability to pinpoint and target the vulnerable spots on these vehicles, making the threat even worse. With precision and accuracy, they can penetrate the warheads, causing the ammunition to explode. It's like watching a magic trick, but with devastating consequences. And just like that, the BMP disappears. Another one of Russia's armored vehicles destroyed. It's a harsh reality on the front line, leaving one less vehicle for tomorrow's battle. So what have we learned today? Russia's armored vehicles may have a lot of firepower, but their thin armor and vulnerability to Ukraine's weapon systems and FPV drones make them a ticking time bomb. It's a dangerous game they're playing, and the stakes are high. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more explosive content. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay safe out there.